Hey guys, welcome back to EmpowerMedia TV. My name is DJ, and this morning I have the pleasure of being sitting beside Tamara Jarrett from the Athlete Factory. And you know what, Tamara, welcome to EmpowerMedia TV.
Thanks for having me, DJ. It's great to be here.
It's really exciting. I'm really excited to see what you have to share with us about your expertise, your knowledge regarding everything that you do. So let's get straight into it. What is it that you do?
So essentially, what I do is I help athletes and clients achieve goals that really they never either they thought they wanted and more. I help them achieve. I get them back playing with their kids. When it comes to clients, athletes, I get them playing on that team that they might have missed, or I get them on that university team, or even playing at international level sports.
So how would you classify yourself as as a personal trainer? Would that be the right definition, or?
Yeah, it's kind of a little confusing. So yes, to the public, it's personal trainer, but really I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I think it's a little bit more than just personal training. I'm not just there I'm supervising you. I'm there, I'm invested in every one of my clients and my athletes, not just in that session, but essentially throughout their entire lives. I'm really trying to help them achieve much bigger goals than just a good workout.
I really like that, the coach concept. When I work with my clients as well, I like to have that coaching approach, because when you as a coach, you have an opportunity to spend a greater level of detail and attention to those clients that you're working with versus just a teacher or whatever, right?
Correct, exactly. I teach people movements, but it's the coaching and it's the ability to translate that movement from what that is at that specific time into how that would relate to their daily lives. So that's essentially why I feel personal trainer just doesn't do enough justice to the name. Yes,
there you go. It just doesn't. It doesn't cut it. Tamara, you got started into this area of expertise, and I'm very sure that there is an interesting story behind. What is it? Why did you get started, in fact, with this path in your life?
Yeah, well, I always knew I wanted to work at an elite level, whether it be sport myself or helping other athletes. I grew up playing basketball. I got an opportunity to play for and represent the University of Calgary Dinos on the basketball team. And through my time playing, I originally thought, okay, I want to go into physiotherapy because I wanted to own my own physio clinic one day, and hopefully because I wanted to help athletes. After using physiotherapists myself and like other sports therapists, I realized it never really helped me get back to performing better than I was before. They really just helped me get back to pain-free. And so I was kind of going through school thinking, okay, maybe it's physiotherapy, maybe something else. Didn't know what something else was. So right out of the time I was done, I graduated. My best friend, she told me about this place called the Athlete Factory, and I'm like, the Athlete Factory. I'm like, okay, athlete, perfect. Factory, production, okay, maybe it's like a systematic way. So I checked it out, and ever since I walked in the doors, I've been hooked. The importance of what I missed as an athlete myself was essentially a mentor, not just my coach, not just my parents, but someone that was invested in my development long term. So obviously your sport coaches, they're there to help you be a better athlete, all that stuff. Parents obviously support you. Yes. But how many kids you see in the gym just kind of trying to figure stuff out themselves because they know
I go to the gym like, how do you do this?
Exactly. Yeah. And they go to YouTube, they go to whatever, and just they know they have to get stronger. They know what they need in their sport because they feel that, okay, I might be a little slower here, whatever. They try to work out these questions themselves, but never really having a real guide. So myself, I never got a strength and conditioning coach until I got to university.
Okay.
What now at the Athlete Factory, what we provide for these athletes, most of our athletes are actually youth athletes. So that idea of being able to mentor and actually help a young athlete, not just, they might even know their potential, but that grabbed me from Athlete Factory because I missed that myself as an athlete. So that's kind of why I got started, because I knew I accomplished great things, but I think I could have gone way further if I would have had someone there. So that at Athlete Factory, that's exactly what we do in terms of long-term athlete development. So I've been hooked ever since. Drink the juice, drink the Kool-Aid, whatever you want to say. Yeah.
You got a Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're gonna take a short break right now, Tamara, so we can thank our sponsors and those companies that make Empower Media TV possible. And we'll be right back with you guys in 1 second.
This segment brought to you by the 5th Annual True Beauty Gala. Discover your true beauty this October. For ticket availability and additional information, please visit www.truebeautygala.com.
Tamara, what is the philosophy that you guys have behind, or what is your philosophy behind all of these though?
So at Athlete Factory, we're kind of a unique facility. We have 25 coaches and we all share the same philosophy. So that means whether you're working with myself or with another coach, you're going to be getting the same product. We might go about it a different way, but we're coaching the same thing. So our consistency and our results are very similar. What that means as well is that the same amount of attention and detail that we give to our athletes, this long-term development, helping them succeed at a high elite level, is the same philosophy that we apply to our personal training clients in terms of we just might tailor it depending on everyone's needs, but essentially we make them successful in their daily lives. So say they are having trouble keeping up with their kids, or they just want to go and enjoy an hour hike and not feel exhausted at
the end of the hike.
We help them do that.
Out. I think I can really understand where you're coming from, because I can go for an hour hike and I gotta take breaks in between, and I know most of it is my diet perhaps. Now tell me about that. When you're coaching one of your athletes, you guys take an approach as well within the diet or eating habits and things along those lines.
Yeah, so none of us are actually nutritionists or dietitians. We would definitely refer out to those specific meal planning things. But what we do give is general healthy lifestyles choices in terms of, for our athletes, most athletes aren't eating enough. And they're shocked by it. People are shocked by that because all these fads out there about, high protein, low carb. There is no such thing in an athlete's life. Really, even an everyday client's life, there really is no such thing. Because anything that you eliminate one aspect of, that's eventually going to hit you and come back and hurt you in the end. Yes. So we definitely help people get an idea of how many and what types of foods to eat, and then we let people figure it out for themselves. And if they want more specific,
then you refer out to specific individuals, right?
Exactly.
Okay, Tamara. So tell me something here. I've been at your facility once.
Yes.
And so we're gonna take a quick look at the facility here in just a minute, so you can see what the Athlete Factory looks like. And most important of all, I'd like to see, we're gonna also see how Tamara goes hands-on with the athletes.
Yes.
Would you like to elaborate a little bit about that? For example, let's just put an example here. I happen to have a shoulder pain. And I really want to practice one. I really want to try for the basketball team, but my shoulder is not necessarily good. And this is just an example, not saying that I have that problem, okay? But so people with injuries,
yes,
which I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that have injuries that would be like, well, I can't do this because I have a hip or my shoulder, my knee. How do you help these guys? Or gals?
Yeah. So honestly, most injuries aren't what people think. They're more of a movement issue. Like, yes, you might have had some acute injury that caused that final, that straw that broke the camel's back, but usually it's an overuse injury, and moving in a way that's not, even though it's natural to you, it's actually hindering you. So essentially what we do, we approach everybody our training is very holistic. So we look at, if your shoulder's hurt, usually that has to do with your very anterior front end dominant. So we look to balance that out and really engage the back in a functional, and I hate to throw that word out there, but that's what most people understand, in a functional type way. So we're very much looking at posture and looking at how we can change people's imbalances, because usually an injury is just an imbalance and coordination issue.
I started about maybe a year ago. My 2 daughters started with their ski team. Well, they started on their own. And I was actually making fun of them because it seemed they were doing nothing. And so she got me in to try it out. And oh yeah, it looks like nothing, but it's quite hard. So you work hard. When you do it properly, it's hard. Well, I was having problems with my back. First of all, I had procedures done in my back. And also I had problems with an ankle. And I was having a hard time skiing. Like everything was hurting, I was aching. And every year I'd have to go back to get the nerves burnt in my back. But now it's been a year now and I have no problems. And all this winter was my best skiing season in a long, long time. So it's really worth it.
We're not going to fix the injury. What we're going to do is make everything around it stronger. If it's something that needs to be fixed, that's what a surgery is for. We're not going to be surgery. We're going to take that shoulder, and if this is the level of where your strength is at, where you feel that pain, we're going to increase that strength so that this is where your strength is at, this is where your stability is at. So when you go to play basketball, as you get tired, your strength starts to decrease. If you didn't build your strength enough, you're going to start feeling that pain right here. We're going to try and build that strength up high enough so when you get tired, that fourth quarter comes, this is maybe where your strength's at, but that's where the pain is, so you won't feel that pain. So we're going to make you stronger that way. Yeah, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, DJ, I just also want to let you know that we do offer youth specific training as well. I did touch on in the beginning about we're all about long-term athlete development, and what we're finding now is that there are more and more youth athletes getting injured. Injury rates right now in sport, I think in the professional league soccer, every year there's 4% increase in injuries.
Wow.
It's crazy. And what they're finding is that youth athletes are actually specializing too early in sports. And so they're getting into these movement ruts, these movement patterns that, like I said earlier, most injuries are due to a movement imbalance. So if they're only doing one sport and they're doing it a lot, hockey's one of them, then they tend to get strong in these certain movements. And as soon as they try to do something else or something different happens in that sport that puts them in a different position, they're not ready for that position. So youth training and youth development, we have very specific programs for kids essentially 12 and under. And it is the same philosophy, but it's not just strength training. It's very much, like I said earlier, improving on these youth's movements. Because when I was young, I was never taught how to jump, sprint. We just did it.
No, right. The coach would be, just jump up and down or do this, but they would not really spend the time whether you're landing the right way, whether you're hurting your knees or you're bringing stress into your back. Exactly. None of that existed before.
No, and most kids, it's almost genetics where some kids just tend to be better jumpers, runners, but it's not. We can also improve that in terms of getting them aware. The biggest thing with our youth is educating them on understanding even how to engage your back. And so it's that education, that even movement proficiencies that they'll bring into when they're older. So when they go to the gym, if they understand what a stable, strong position feels like, even if they don't have a personal trainer or whatever, they at least know they've been taught the habits of how to move in a stronger, more balanced way.
Yes, makes sense. Tamara, what at Empower Media TV, we always like to ask our guests one question.
Nervous for this one.
Fear not, it's all good. What empowers you at a personal level?
Ooh, what empowers me? Wow, really, I love to help people, and I'm very interested in people. So I think, again, that's why I always wanted to help, be it like a helper, physiotherapist, but I love the stories my clients tell me about, Tamara, this was the best season I've had of skiing because I felt like I wasn't even working that hard, but I was flying down the hill. That ability to change people's lives, that's what empowers me. I love it. And I get very passionate about this subject. When I talk to people, sometimes I go off, but that's why, because I just love people and I want to help. And I honestly will tell you that if there is something that's bugging you, you do not have to live with that. Like there's something you can do about
pain
it.
is not an option. It's
Pain
not a
isn't an option.
lifestyle.
It's not because you're just age isn't a reason for pain. That's not it.
It's not a lifestyle,
No,
guys.
it's not a lifestyle. Exactly.
No.
So that's the puzzle. Like every client to me is a puzzle, and figuring out how those pieces go together, how to solve that puzzle. That's fun.
Wow. That's super profound, and thank you. I really appreciate that because you're absolutely right. I go to see my chiropractor twice a week, and so I just gotta make sure I credit. Pain is not a lifestyle to my chiropractor, so there is a credit back to you guys. So they don't say I stole that line or anything, right? But Tamara, thank you so much for joining us at Empower Media TV. Is there anything else that you would like to add or to share, a quote of inspiration or something that you would like to just just to wrap things up here?
Oh man, I'm not very profound that way, but
I think you are more than you think.
essentially our entire goal, like I talk about Athlete Factory as because we're collective. We just want to get the word out to everybody that there are solutions to your problems, and there are people out there that really are invested and really want to help you solve those problems, not just make a buck. So, and that Athlete Factory, we're that for you. And
where are you guys located though?
Oh yeah, we're located by the Calgary Farmers Market, the one off of Blackfoot and Heritage, right beside West Island College, or the Shooting Edge, if you've been to the Shooting Edge.
Yeah, like 2 doors down from the Calgary Farmers Market down south.
Yeah.
So how can people get a hold of you?
Perfect. Get a hold of me. My email,
which we'll add to this video,
or my phone. I very easy text, email, call. I do have Instagram, Twitter.
Okay.
But the best way, phone me. Love it. I love talking. Email, I'll get back to you, but
not as fast as a
text or a phone call.
Yeah, we all have our preferences for sure. For me, it's a Facebook message.
Oh, yeah.
Right away, I'll give you an answer within minutes.
Great.
Tamara, once again, thank you so much for joining us on Empower Media TV. It's a pleasure to have you here this morning with us. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. There you go. Now you know that when you need an athlete coach, Tamara is a person to go to at the Athlete Factory. Hey Liz, if I want to follow Empower Media TV on Facebook, where should I go?
Please go to facebook.com/empowermediatv. Make sure you hit the like button, show your support, and keep updated on all of our videos.
Now, if you are a Twitter user, our Twitter handle is @empowermediatv. You can also just hit this subscribe button right below where you are able to subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss an update.
Never ever. Subscribe right here.
Now, if you're really enjoying these videos and you're like, man, I want to be featured on Empower Media TV Biggies, what do we do? You're probably like, oh my God, what do I do? Well, it's not rocket science, so you'll be at ease and it's easier than you think.
Yes, you just have to go to
info@empowermedia.ca. You see, that easy. info@empowermedia.ca. The email is right here below, so you can just go ahead, send us a quick email, and we'll be in touch with you. And hey, who knows? Maybe you'll be the next featured business of the week. So once again, thank you for watching another segment of Empower Media TV,
where we are working together to empower you. Until next time.